Words have traveled in so many ways throughout the decades, by ponies, by pigeons, by runners, and until most recently, mail trucks deliver our messages. Slow but useful, these were the best ways people could keep in touch with those around the world. Until now, Mark Zuckerberg will go down in history. This is demonstrated by my three main points. First, Mark Zuckerberg is the youngest billionaire. Second, Mark Zuckerberg is philanthropic. And third, Mark Zuckerberg is an inspiration. Mark Zuckerberg has so many amazing qualities, but first, I'd like to share with you Mark Zuckerberg is successful. An article from 2013 written by Jerome Martin, a successful investor and entrepreneur, explains the steps Zuckerberg took to become the successful billionaire he is today. The process wasn't easy. Zuckerberg faced many challenges, but his willingness to change the world of communication drove him to create history, in which demanded him to think big. To get started, he started small. The initial attempt was purely for Harvard students. He turned down job offers at corporations like Microsoft because he believed in his work. He followed his passion, continually building it up for more and more users until it was available worldwide. Of course, he faced criticism upon the addition of the newsfeed feature. People voiced their concerns about cyber stalking. Nothing discouraged Zuckerberg, though. He stayed diligent until users around the world had access. Without a little risk, there is no return. So Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard to pursue his dream full time. He's committed to the process and every day thinks of new improvements. It wasn't easy, but as a 23-year-old, he persevered, and the payoff was huge. The 2011 article published in Global Business magazine continues to discuss the process Facebook went through to become a multi-million-dollar corporation. The networking king, as GBM refers to Zuckerberg, is the CEO, president, and creator of Facebook. Starting out as a 19-year-old in his dorm room, Zuckerberg took social networking to new heights. The unrelenting entrepreneur refused prestigious jobs, dropped out of college to pursue his dream of reconstructing the world of communication. When his company grew to include Ivy League schools, Excel partners invested $12.7 million into Facebook, which drove Zuckerberg to move to Palo Alto, California, where his company took off, now worth $50 billion. Fortune 500 companies like Yahoo and Viacom have made billion-dollar offers for Facebook, but Zuckerberg's drive to make communication, photo, video, and gaming sharing easier trumps anyone's offer to buy his company. The invention of Facebook made Zuckerberg the youngest billionaire. It is no question Zuckerberg faced entrepreneurial challenges, but the work paid off when he is able to give back. This is my second main point. Mark Zuckerberg is philanthropic. The 2012 article published on NBC Bay Area describes Mark Zuckerberg as philanthropic. Zuckerberg and his wife, Priscilla Chan, is worth $9.6 billion, just behind Warren Buffett. This couple is the most philanthropic couple America has to offer. Zuckerberg and his wife have contributed millions of shares of stock, worth just under $500 million. This money went to the Silicon Valley Community Foundation to help fund education and health programs. Another $100 million worth of Facebook stock went to Newark, New Jersey schools. A 2013 article from NBC News continues the discussion about the donations of Zuckerberg. Like Warren Buffett and George Lucas, Mark Zuckerberg has joined in Bill Gates' The Giving Pledge. He promised to donate at least half of his wealth to charitable efforts throughout his lifetime. The vast donations of Zuckerberg to education and health prove that Mark Zuckerberg is philanthropic. Not only is he philanthropic, but he serves as a role model for fellow entrepreneurs. This is my third main point. Mark Zuckerberg is an inspiration. A 2011 article on famous philanthropists goes in depth on the inspirational characteristics of Mark Zuckerberg. His fascination with computer technology began when he was just a kid. His particular interest in computer programming was the root to his success with Facebook. Growing up, his hobby was creating a portfolio of computer programs like Synapse, a music player. Although typically dabbled in creating programs with an emphasis on communication. Referring back to the 2013 article written by Gerald Martin, it explains when Zuckerberg was noticed and how he grew into an entrepreneurial role model that he is today. Starting with nothing, Zuckerberg rose to become the philanthropic billionaire he is, all in a span of 5 years. He worked hard and transformed how the world communicates online. When Microsoft offered to hire him, he refused. When Yahoo and Viacom offered to buy his idea, he refused. Why? Because creating Facebook wasn't about money. For Zuckerberg, it may have started as a small project, but his prospects for it were huge. Facebook wasn't just some college progress to Zuckerberg project. It was the channel through which he would change the way people communicated all over the world. The fact that Mark Zuckerberg stuck to his guns about his dream for transforming the world instead of selling it for money proves that Mark Zuckerberg is an inspiration. Mark Zuckerberg's idea, drive, and commitment led him to invent the greatest social networking site the world has ever known. His character traits, with his character traits, we can agree that Mark Zuckerberg will go down in history. How many of you have a Facebook account? Many of us take for granted this genius social networking site instead of Pony Express or relying on runners or pigeons to get our messages to and fro. We can instantly converse with our friends, family, and loved ones, thanks to the great ideas and perseverance of Mark Zuckerberg. The massive improvement of online communication has transformed the world forever. Mark Zuckerberg will go down in history as proven by my 3 main points. First, Mark Zuckerberg is the youngest billionaire. Second, Mark Zuckerberg is